Video 4 1.14. Why did the US emerge as a world power and what was the impact on international relations? Key terms: isolationism, the policy of keeping one's country separate from the affairs of another country by avoiding alliances and international commitments. Annexation, taking possession of territory, usually by force or without permission. Stock market, a place where shares are bought and sold. Companies sell shares in order to raise money required to establish their factories and businesses. Protectionism, the placing of high tariffs on imports in order to protect domestic industries from foreign competition. Pacifist, a person who opposes war or violence as a means of settling disputes. Impact of the closing of the frontier on the U.S. foreign policy. By 1890, the frontier had closed. This marked the end of internal expansion and encouraged the USA to seek influence overseas, particularly in Latin America and the Pacific. Continental expansion. Expansion across North America was driven by manifest destiny. The, the belief that the USA was destined to expand. This created a large, resource rich nation with growing economic power. The closing of the frontier. The end of westward expansion raised concerns about future growth. Historians argued that expansion had shaped American identity, so attention shifted to overseas opportunities for trade and influence. Economic growth and the need for trade. Rapid industrial growth increased production of steel, coal, and manufactured goods. Economic crises such as the panics of 1873 and 1893 showed the risks of relying on only domestic markets. Business leaders supported expansion to secure foreign markets and investments. Reasons for and impact of the Spanish American War 1898. The war was caused by unrest in Cuba, U.S. economic interests, and public pressuring following the explosion of the USS Maine. The USA defeated Spain, demonstrating its military strength and ability to project power overseas. The Treaty of Paris and impact. The USA gained the Philippines, Puerto Rico, and Guam. Cuba became independent but remained under the U.S. influence through the Platt Amendment. The Philippine American War showed resistance to U.S. rule and raised debate over imperialism at home. U.S. foreign policy and Roosevelt. The Roosevelt Corollary, Corollary 1904 extended the Monroe Doctrine. It justified U.S. intervention in Latin America to protect stability and economic interests. The USA increasingly acted as a regional power or policeman. Reasons for and impact of the USA's entry to the First War. The USA remained neutral until 1917 but traded heavily with the Allies. Economic ties and security concerns gradually shifted policy towards involvement. German submarine warfare. Germany used unrestricted submarine warfare to target shipping, including neutral vessels. This threatened U.S. trade and citizens, increasing tension with Germany. The Zimmermann Telegraph. Germany proposed an alliance with Mexico against the U.S., promising the return of lost territories. This increased, the, this increased public support for war. The USA provided troops, financial aid, and supplies. Over 2 million soldiers were sent to Europe, boosting Allied morale and strength. U.S. involvement helped defeat Germany in 1918 and established the USA as a leading global economic and military power.